evening. My name is Alberto Cruz, and today I will be giving an informative speech. And my informative speech is entitled Coffee, Lightning in a Cup. This will be my audience. It is an audience of two. So, let me get started. So, the purpose of this speech is to give you all some insight as to coffee not just being a drink, but as far as its origin and its history and the different ways it can be consumed. So, are any of you in my audience coffee drinkers? Yes, one, two, great. So, have you ever heard anybody, or have you ever heard yourself uttering the words or the phrase, I am nothing without my cup of coffee? As we all know, this phrase has become all too familiar with us. We all at some point have said it in one form, shape, way, or another, because it's basically our bodies asking us for that daily shot of caffeine in the morning. Otherwise, we just can't seem to function. So let me start this by getting into the history and the origins of coffee. It was discovered in Ethiopia by a goat herder named Kaldi, and he was amazed at the energy that he suddenly got by eating this plant. So, no exact date goes back to when Colby discovered this miraculous plant, but I do know that by the 15th century uh, it was discovered, and by the 16th century it was known in several countries such as Syria, Turkey, and Egypt. So, in 1714, coffee was given as a plant to a King Louis XIV as a gift. During this time, coffee was only exclusive to France. Coffee's name derived from Ethiopian language named Kava. Since then, it's spawned off into different languages and different names. In Ethiopia, the plant's home, it's called Bunu, which in Arabic translates into raw coffee. In Arabic or Turkish language, it is called kahvi or kavi. In French, it is simply called café. In German, it's pronounced cough, and in Italian, it's cafe. So, coffee beans grow on trees. They sprout in the shape of a cherry-colored bean, and then it goes through a process called roasting. Now, roasting is simply just exposing the coffee bean to heat. This is what gives that coffee bean its dark color because it's basically gets burnt. And then after that, it is grinded either finely or coarse. It just depends on the consumer and the way they enjoy their coffee being grinded. Now, let me give you a couple of examples of coffee. Of course, we're all familiar with Starbucks. Uh, some of us, such as myself, are familiar with the Folgers brand, and some of us drink the Gourmet Cafe, such as this one right here, and some of us even snack on it like this chocolate covered coffee. So these are just several ways in which you can consume coffee. Other examples would be drinking it hot, like myself, cold, or fraps, lattes, cappuccinos, or chocolate covered coffee beans. Now, some of the health benefits that we all don't know but about, and I didn't know about it until today when I did my research, was that in Harvard in 2011 there was a study done that proves that women who drink 4 or more cups of coffee are 20% less likely to develop depression. Uh, Another controlled study in humans shows that coffee improves brain function, such as memory, mood, vigilance, reaction time, energy levels, and just general mental function um, to boot. So it also provides us with beneficial antioxidants, which we would otherwise acquire from eating fruits and vegetables combined. This is proven by a study in Monash University. And furthermore, these are just a few of a long list of benefits that are related to the consumption of a world-renowned drink that all of us have grown to love. In conclusion, I hope that I've given my audience some insight and some valid information as to the history and the origins of coffee, the various ways it can be consumed, from just being a morning of cup of hot joe or a cold beverage or a snack. Last but not least, the multitude of health benefits drinking coffee can provide. So remember, audience, when you're drinking your hot cup of coffee on a cold morning, you're not just drinking something nice, but you're also drinking to your health. So this concludes my presentation. I hope you enjoy it.